Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Are you a fantasy reader looking to cure your book hangover? Then welcome to the Fantasy Fangirls podcast.
I'm Lexi, older sister and fantasy lore nerd.
And I'm Nicole, younger sister and romantic at heart.
And we love exploring these stories, worlds, and characters well beyond the last page.
Fantasy Fangirls is not your typical book deep dive podcast. When we say deep dive, we mean deep dive, where every episode covers a stretch of chapters and is structured with 5 segments to easily follow along.
We are currently deep diving Quicksilver by Callie Hart in the lead up to its highly anticipated sequel, Brimstone. We're so excited.
We hope you join us as we travel through the Quicksilver to dive deep into literary and character analysis, theories, lore, themes, and so much more.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of Heavy Metal Tones. This is Metal Roos, the Metal Roos Tapes Volume 6. Would you believe it? Volume 6. In 6 in the series of where we dive in to the interviews that I do for Metal Roos and have done for the last few years to see if we can find some fantastic little inserts and interviews that you may have not seen or heard. They are on YouTube for everyone to see. And I will put the link below for both of the interviews. But here is the audio stream. Now, it's in 2 parts. This particular episode, I'm themed in a more sort of dark, romantic feel. We have Auri, the brilliant Auri from sort of a mixed international act. Okay, this is the 3rd album. It's called 3 Candles and Beginnings. It came out on the 15th of August of 2025. I'll give you a quick rundown of what I was sent to by the PR company. It says here, music can have a multitude of emotional impacts and can create inner words out of voices, sounds, and moods. If you open heart and ear to the mesmerizing, hauntingly beautiful soundscapes of Auri, you will find a beacon of light inside a sonic realm untouched by today's often scary, grim realities, a dreamscape that can be profoundly uplifting. On their 3rd solo album, 3 Candles and Beginnings, the stars have aligned yet again, prepared by the unique and celestial voice of Johanna Kukula, the magical textures of Nightwish mastermind Tuomas Huppinen, and almost unlimited musical palette of Nightwish multi-instrumentalist Troy Dockenley. Auri have presented a world to be unlocked with senses blending folk, progressive and symphonic elements, world music, pop and avant-garde. Now, that was just a quick snippet of the PR that they sent me back before the album, before I interviewed them. This particular interview actually really did open up an emotional portal in me because it wasn't soon after my father died, really, no, not that long after. And this music really touched me in a way that I have never felt before, or since, actually. It really, really did. And when I talk to them, you'll hear that I do actually well up a little bit. And they're really friendly guys. Such a lovely bunch of people, genuinely lovely. And the album itself is magical. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this first part of the episode. It's going to be Auri on the first part and Blackbriar on the second. Very similar kind of bands or concepts anyway. And in the halftime break, we are luckily very lucky to get another emotional trip with Australian metalcore band Bloom and their single, which is just only been released. And I've only just talked to them, actually, as of the recording of this episode. I've only just talked to the band themselves about the new album that comes out on the 31st of October, that The Light We Chase. This is the single Tongue Tied featuring yours truly. And it came out on the 18th of September. So here we go. Here's the first brilliant interview with the members of Auri, talking about their amazing album, 3 Candles and Beginnings. and then we'll have a little break with a brilliantly beautiful, emotional, and beautifully textured and layered track in Tongue Tied by the wonderful Australian metalcore band, as I said, Bloom, and then we go on to Blackbriar from there. Anyway, enjoy the interview, enjoy the single, and we'll talk to you on the other side. Bye for now. There you go. Welcome, guys, to Metal Roos. Nice to have you here.
Splendid to be here.
Lovely to be here. This is our 5th ever chat to Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. I just want to say that I was really excited to come to chat to you today. I'm looking forward to it all day because the album you're about to release in August is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
So beautiful. It's very hard for a person like myself who's listened to everything. You go heavy music all over the place, and then you get this kind of music, and it takes you to a different spiritual plane.
Love that.
You know, I mean, how do you, question first? We'll start off. Obviously, you've got all sorts of connections with Nightwish and all those sort of different connections, but you're all spread out across the world, aren't you? I think one of you lives in the UK. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm Troy, and I live in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, good old Yorkshireman. That's it.
Well, I'm not. I'm from Cumbria, but I live in Yorkshire.
Yeah, I was going to say because my family is from up that end part of the world, but yeah, beautiful. So,
right.
Yeah, well, my family are from East London, but my wife's family's from Yorkshire.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, so you connected together to make this beautiful album. And other albums before, of course, this is the third, is it not, from your brilliant band?
Yeah.
And if I say it right, is Auri the correct way to say it?
Auri.
Auri. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I suppose that one comes up a lot, doesn't it? How do I say it? Auri or?
Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum.
Yeah. And what drew you together to make this particular type of music, this particular kind of beautiful music?
Well, I think it's the result of our friendship, really.
Mm.
It's how our friendship sounds in music form, if you will.
Mm.
I mean, we all met in 2009 and became fast friends and realized we were all born on the same star, you know. It's just, we just felt this instant connection, and the fact that we all work in music enabled us to really create something special with this kindred spirit energy combined with music. That is the result of Auri.
Oh, brilliant. Because I had only heard bits and pieces previously, and then when I got the opportunity to put this album on, I had like there's just so many moments in this album that it's almost difficult to say a highlight for me. Like from the beginning to the end. I mean, obviously, I think the highlight, A Boy That's Traveling with His Mother, is just, it's 11 minutes of wonderfulness, right?
Wonderful.
It is, because I come from a proggy background, you know, 11 minutes to me is nothing. You know, if it had been 5 minutes more, I would have said, yeah, bring it on. And I think that's, again, this. I was trying it in my head all day today, trying to think, where do I put Auri? You can't. There's no space a record company can put you in a box. You know what I mean? Like, it's just everything. It's avant-garde, it's pop, it's you know, symphonic, it's operatic. I think
That's
it just,
good.
I think beautiful is just the right word for it.
I love that. Yeah.
Well, we need splendid guys like you to tell us what it is that we do, because we have clue.
I don't know what if you don't, honestly, it doesn't matter, because what you're doing is magical, like magical. I wrote this. I'm not a man of words, right? But I wrote this when I was listening to, I think it was Library of Love. I was listening to, and I was on the bus, and I was going to get my pencil out and make a quick note. And it reminds me of the voices you hear just as you go to sleep. You know that moment between now and asleep? Those voices that are talking to you then go away. And this is what I got from that. I got goosebumps from it. Yeah. I think we don't have enough of that now.
I think this interview is in vain because you already know everything about us. And you are right. A lot of things. You don't really need to ask us anything.
Yeah.
Essence of Auri, and you're pouring
Yeah,
out this. Yeah, everything you say about it, we resonate completely with that.
Yeah, so from now on, I'll have to work with the record company and do all our
I'd love to. No problem.
our buyouts.
Wonderful.
But-
But yeah, just like I said, we don't really, I mean, we like to rattle the boxes that people put music in. We don't really care for boxing music or, you know, being tied to any specific genres. I mean, it's to us making music, it's complete freedom and love. It's equal to love and magic and being in awe of this beautiful universe that we live in. So
Yeah.
that's really the essence of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you sum it up completely, my love. You sum it up completely. Like I was reading about Blakely Ridge, right? Obviously about the auction moors and the pub, well, I've been to those kind of places, and I can appreciate that completely. That wonderful. I mean, I even had a feeling before I'd even read the bio. I was thinking, oh, it does remind me of a sort of a time that you're sitting around the pub chatting. There's someone playing some lovely music in the background, particularly in Ireland and Scotland and those places where music is everywhere. It sort of felt that way as well, because you've got the Blaney. Is it? Sorry, you I can't say it. Uilleann pipes. Is that correct? Uilleann pipes. Oh my God. Sorry, Uilleann pipes. But I'd love the way they come in. Like you really punctuate that the space in between your beautiful voice. You get that really nice folk feel that comes in.
Yeah. Well, Blakey Ridge is a really important place to us, not just because we've had some of the best fun there you can imagine, but because there's a fabulous juxtaposition of the warmth of deep friendship and love contrasted to the bleak landscape outside, in which there's nothing but the odd sheep wandering around for miles, and there's that intensity of the warmth of the inside of an ancient space, and you contribute to its history in sound and in laughter. It's a wonderful thing.
Oh, I love that, man. It's I mean, I think people who come from our part of the world and from Europe, that not so much here, I don't think, but particularly over there, that sense of gathering that you get in an old place like a pub or family home, is that sense of gathering, that sense of community.
Absolutely, and people react to it directly as well. We tried to capture that in that song, and you obviously instantly tuned into it, but also the very essence of that feeling, the essence of that whole concept of the juxtaposition of warmth, intimacy with the darkness and the cold outside. It's also written into the lyrics in a very subtle way. So it's not just about the building itself and our reaction, but it goes even further than that into all of the things we feel about our lives and how special it is to be alive at this time with friends in such an environment as Blakey Ridge, as that pub with that fire.
Yeah, it's something, and also you're such a creative trio. The way you must feed off each other to create this ethereal magic is something that you certainly couldn't buy it. You couldn't fake it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to say. It just happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, it feels like we couldn't make this music even if we tried. It just arrives to us and we're humbled to receive it. That's the magic of it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we'd be quite useless at being commissioned.
Yeah.
We'd be useless at it.
It couldn't work.
Yeah, here's my pencil, here's my paper.
No.
Right here. Yeah, exactly.
It's very stream of consciousness as music.
Do you know what? I think that's perfect way to describe it, because when I always put my record on vinyl, so I always imagine putting the needle down. That moment that it goes on to the moment that you hear that as it goes off the outrun, you want it to be. I think this is the kind of music that is a stream of music consciousness.
Yeah.
I put it on the bus. I said going to work and I don't remember the bus journey.
There you go.
I love that.
You know, I had my notebook. I was making millions of scribbling notes, like in red pencil, which is usually a good sign for me. And I was just like, what? That just filled my half an hour. It's such a lovely way. You're going to play it. Yeah.
Splendid.
You're going to play it live, aren't you? You're going live for the first time?
We
First
are.
time ever.
And do you fancy coming along and being our mascot?
I'd love to. Yeah. Whereabouts are you touring it? Just through Europe or?
Europe, yeah. Europe.
For now.
For now.
Australia awaits.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does.
Definitely does
It
at
does.
some point.
Yeah, it would be wonderful.
We would love to come to
We
Australia.
hear you have some amazing festivals that our music might fit in.
Yeah.
Absolutely you do. Absolutely you do. And there's one down in Hobart in the winter, which you slip straight into, right? Yeah. I mean, it's called Dark Mofo, but it's not necessarily all about dark music. It's just about winter solstice and sort of earthy paganism. I hate the word pagan, but that kind of pre-Christian kind of feel. And it has those kind of bands, which I think would suit you beautifully. Yeah,
Definitely.
Mm. I mean, how do you? I mean, obviously, selling this music in a world where we are so commercial and full of just the same old crap. Is it hard to get your music to people? I mean, I think it should be listened. Everyone should listen to this, but is it hard?
In some ways, it's much easier than before because we have this thing called internet.
Oh yes,
So
yes.
But but I know what you mean.
But that's a double-edged sword as well.
Yeah.
It's really difficult these days, especially with our kind of expression of what we're trying to project into the outside world is only receivable by people who are truly open and people at peace with themselves, really.
There's no radio station on the planet who would play Auri.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
And we were talking about this, that if Auri was formed in 1972, I think we might be pretty big.
Mate, you would have been touring with Yes and and Genesis and Van der Graaf Generator.
We probably would have been, but yeah, quite right. I mean, but what is wonderful about this is that we meet people like yourself who are obviously in love with music in general, and you live in that world. So if you're there, there's got to be others. Yeah. So,
yes.
So we hope to reach them, because all we can really want and ask for is for people to feel the same way as us about this life, this world, and making music, and the point of music. The point of music to us is very serious, and yet at the same time we fill it full of well, in the case of Blakey Ridge, full of merriment and we swirl our way through all kinds of emotions with Auri, and it just happens that way because of the way we feel about life.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a bad world at the moment. Let's be honest. We all know what the crap that's going on in the greater scheme of the world. And to sit there and put something like Auri on, and even though there are very deep meanings coming through these lyrics, the lyrics are beautiful, and the music is celestial. You sort of you don't feel, it's not dark and appalling, and it's uplifting. Yeah. Which is something that I think we desperately need, but in a more beautifully made, made well. I can't speak my language now, but in a bit more a better way than just the crap that we have to listen to.
Well, you've just said exactly how we feel. That's what we feel like, and that's what we hope to do with our music, and we won't stop. We don't have an agenda apart from to make ourselves feel the way these velocity curves, these mysterious impulses that are coming through the air, how they can transform us and change our emotions and restructure us as people is fascinating to us three. And that's been one of the driving forces behind Auri, as friends who love each other. And it's vital to us that we do not compromise it. And
don't.
Oh
No, please don't.
No, we can't. We can't.
I mean, I'm sure the thing with bands like yourself is I get this urge to be gatekeeper, right? I get this urge to gatekeep bands like yourselves because I don't want other people to take it and spoil it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you want everyone else to listen to it, you know. And I feel passionately, very much. I live my life through music. If these aren't on my head, you know what I mean? It's something that's in my soul and every part of my being. And when I hear this sort of stuff, I feel teary saying it, but genuine teary now. You know, like the opening song, Invisible Gossamer, like it's just, what a lovely line, just a line on its own as a title, right? It's just beautiful. It conjures up all this stuff that you just, takes you in a different world. And I don't know what else to say, but thank you for that. It's just wonderful.
I'm tearing up in here as well.
No, I feel like I'm feeling it.
Yeah. I feel like it's on the Invisible Gossamer Bridge has connected our hearts. I mean, that's the magic it can do, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
But you are truly connected to us. And we can see you talking to us, and you can see us. And with what's just been said, that space has broken down completely.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah. I just don't know why it's just, you hear this music like yours, and it's so rare for me in the world to come across. I mean, I grew up, as I said, listening to prog and lovely sort of, instrumental, soft, round sounds, no angularity to it. And you live your life in an angular world, and then you get this, and suddenly there's a softness back. There still has its starkness, it still has moments.
Yeah.
But it's round, and because I see music in shapes, so it's a roundness. It doesn't have this angularity to me, and I just find that it just hit the spot, man. I was so thank you. I just want to say thank you. It was just a beautiful moment for me to have, and I'm really glad that you are taking it on the road for people to see and to hear.
That really means the world to hear.
It does. You are our mascot.
Yeah. I just honestly, I don't understand why. Again, we've talked about it before about the double-edged sword of being, hugely famous or being yourself and true. What I want is the fame and money for you, but the truthness for the truthness for yourselves. That's what we really want.
You are certainly helping us reach more people anyway, and that is a wonderful thing. Just through you talking to us, will help people hear the music if they're open to it.
You know what? You're always going to get people that aren't, and that's fair enough. There are beautiful tastes and lights and shades in the world. Everyone has their own thing to love and to hate, and hate's a horrible word, but to dislike. But there are things that are undisputably good. If you know what I mean. I think you could play your album to almost anyone, and anyone would say this is beautiful. I can't imagine them going, oh no, I just can't. It draws you in. It boggles the mind how it draws me in.
Oh.
Yeah.
But again, you have to have, but I can see people go, oh no, I'm not listening to that. Only because we generally operate on a preconceived level. In general, in normal everyday life, people are completely preconceived. So it's like, oh no, I'm not listening to that. No, I don't know what. No. I like this, or I want that, and that's all I'm going to listen to. And that's okay if they want it, but I think it's a tragedy.
Yeah. Would you want fish and chips every night of the week? Would you drink the same drink every? No, you would not. You want something different.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But some people actually do want fish and chips every night.
My dad would probably say the same. He was a Welshman. He would say that. But yeah, I think it's brilliant. I love the whole album. I think from beginning to end, it just is beautiful. The lead single off it's Shield Maiden, which has been hard to do. Taking a single off this album, that's hard to do. Firstly, where'd you go? You know, like I would hate to think what I would pick for a single off of that album.
We just decided to go for the shortest song on the album.
Well, there you go.
That was it.
Yeah.
And the record company really wanted that as well. They wanted the shortest. So I know it's really kind of, it's a bit naff.
But like you said, it's supposed to be a journey taken
from beginning.
Oh, you have, yeah. The world, I think the world music got destroyed in a way when Apple Music came along and you could buy a single for $1 or whatever in any order you wanted. I've always said that streaming and mix and shuffling is a killer of an album. And when you can put this on, you have to be with it. You can't go, I'll listen to Blake Ridge and then I'll listen to Museum of Childhood. No, you know, or other way around. You've got to be on the journey with it.
It would be nice, wouldn't it, if you know, sometime today you end up talking to a 14-year-old who goes, "Oh, I've just listened to this amazing song. It was 20 minutes long. It's Close to the Edge by Yes."
Oh my God, I love it.
Wouldn't that be great if you actually came across a kid who said that to you? There would be hope.
But you know what, though? Not that long ago, in our lifetimes, there were 15-year-olds who were going to Genesis and Yes concerts and all these. They were buying those albums and were going to those concerts.
Yeah,
they were, and yeah, exactly. And you know, I remember. I mean, I've openly admitted, when I saw Steve Hackett do the whole of Selling England by the Pound, I openly wept. Right? I'll be honest, I did. I cried when he played. I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? I saw it as well. I played on Steve's last album. I played the pipes on his.
We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
So, but I was like you. I was like, we're not worthy. When I went to see him doing that, it was fantastic.
He's my favorite guitarist. Like, I just love his stuff, and what he can do with soundscapes is what you guys do as well. It's just, again, it's soundscapes. It's sonic painting. It's colors and textures. It's motions and motiveness. It's not just something you consume and throw away. This is stuff you remember forever.
You feel a bit optimistic about the resurgence of vinyl?
I love it. It never went away for me. So,
yeah, of course. But this kid, you know, a friend of mine, a bass player friend of mine, his 16-year-old boy is obsessed with vinyl, and he's just scouring all the second-hand shops, finding any vinyl, no matter how bad it is.
Yeah.
You know, he's vinyl by Leo Sayer.
Oh my God, yes.
He's going on putting it on just because it's on vinyl.
Oh,
that's wonderful. So there is hope.
There is hope.
You know,
things are turning around. Things are turning around.
The awful spiritual audio terrorism of streaming can be diffused.
Yeah, I think it can. I think I think with bands like yourselves who are bringing back to us music lovers exactly what music is. It to us anyway. It's not a commodity. It's a spiritual, emotional, creative product. Or product's the wrong word, but you know, being, and to squash it down into just, hey, here's the next 30 seconds, is destroying the soul of it. You couldn't do that with Brahms or Beethoven, or you couldn't do it. You couldn't squash him into 30 seconds or a minute. It's just impossible.
Yeah. But unfortunately the modern, in this modern age of that, you know, people are being encouraged to cultivate the attention span of a goldfish.
Oh.
You know, there's too much noise in the world, too much noise, and people need to have headphones on in a darkened room, listening to music.
This is how I do it. It's exactly how I do it.
Yeah,
exactly how I do it. I will be doing it with your album. I haven't done it yet, but I will be. I go in a dark room and no extraneous information. It's just me and my motor, just that dark space. It's one of my pleasures in life. In fact, I shouldn't say this, but a hot bath with the lights off and my headphones on. Even better. Even better.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
I've tripped through close to the edge many times like that.
And Lamb Lies Down.
That's my favorite album of all time.
Is it?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oh, I love it. I know people think it makes no sense, but I don't care. I don't care. I really, really don't care.
Absolutely, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, who cares what Gabriel was talking about? I don't care. It's just musically magical. And every point.
We mixed the first Auri album and mastered the new Auri album in Real World. Gabriel's studio.
No.
Yeah, we did. We mixed the album in Real World in Studio Number 1. With the view of the pond, and it was fantastic.
Oh my God!
And we just mastered the new album in there.
It all comes together.
It does. It all comes together,
doesn't it? All circular. I wonder if his Fairlight was still there somewhere in the corner.
It is. It's upstairs. It's upstairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's upstairs, and his grand piano, the grand piano that he used on "Here Comes the Flood," is upstairs as well.
No, I couldn't. I'd be up there going, ooh. From this come great music.
We had a wonderful time there. We intend to go back as well.
Oh, you should definitely if you can. Why wouldn't you?
Brilliant, yeah.
That's like someone said. Yeah, that's like saying, "Oh, I was in Lennon's studio, but don't worry, I'm not going to go back." What are you talking about? You're going to be. It's like, have you been inside? Have you ever done a tour of Abbey Road?
We were in Abbey Road, yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Well, the last Nightwish album and the one before were all the orchestral sessions were done in Abbey Road.
Oh, were they really? Oh, there's another. Oh, no wonder it sounds so bloody wonderful. Like,
but get this, I've just got to tell you this little anecdote that you'll love. It was on Dark Passion Play 2007. And the engineer was Hayden Bendall, who worked with Kate Bush. And he was setting up, I was playing uilleann pipes, and he was setting up the mic, and he was going, where do you want the mic? I went, about there, about 8 inches. And he went, okay. And he went, I said, that's an old looking mic. And he went, oh yeah. He said, this is the mic that Claire Torrey used on Great Gig in the Sky on Dark Side of the Moon. Mike Chefsey, and she sang into. So it's like going into a museum,
But oh my God.
Yeah, full shivers up the spine. It's a museum.
But and again, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like instruments. I'm a failed bass player. I'm not a great musician. I could get along around a bit. But when you pick up a really beautiful old instrument that's been through the hands of many musicians, ones you love, and I've had the opportunity of doing that. There's something magical that's been imbued into that fretboard, or those pickups, or that back set of pipes, or it's just something. The artist is just
emotional reaction to it, isn't it? It's it's just wood and strings.
It is,
but it's the emotional connection through time.
It is. If you said, "Do you want to hold Gary Moore's guitar?" I'd probably faint. To be honest with you, right? I'd be like, oh, it's funny. It's just
Time for the last one. Yeah, we're running out of time.
I apologize. Sorry, I've loved it so much. I'm
We could talk to you all day. We could talk to you all day.
Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, and I really hope you do get here over soon, and I get to see you soon, because this album is a cherished, beautiful journey, and I thank you for it, because it's really filled me up with joy the last few days. So,
that's
so much.
wonderful.
It's such
What a brilliant man you are.
You are.
Thanks for the.
Thank you.
It's delightful meeting kindred spirits. So
just nice to meet people who actually understand and love music. I might talk to musicians every single day, but you don't often get that feeling where it's almost spiritual. And
you are now an integral part and a member of Clan Auri.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly, because I'm going to make sure that I get myself a hard copy of this before before it runs out, and it's sold out, because that's what will probably happen.
Hope to chat with you soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll meet in person as well.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Keep safe. Enjoy the tour. Yeah, that's right. See ya. That was the fantastic Auri talking about their latest album, Three Candles of Beginnings. And now, as I mentioned, a brilliant underground band from Australia, Bloom, a metalcore act. This is a duet with the band featuring yours truly. It is an emotional roller coaster. I hope you have some tissues ready, because this one will grab you. Thank you for listening again, and go out and get a chance to listen to the whole album, which comes out on the 31st of October. The Light We Chase. It's through Pure Noise Records and all good streaming platforms. Anyway, as I said before, get your tissues out. This one's a deep one.
I've been feeling lonely, lately I'm misunderstood. I need you to hold me, I need you to listen. And if only I can speak my truth, if I wasn't so scared to open up to you. I'm just so scared. If I say the wrong thing, I'll end up on my own. We're lying next to each other, but we're home alone. Talk about everything except the things we should. It's easier to just ignore and pretend that we're good. Pretend that we're good. I can't find the right words, I know you wish I would. Maybe my tears are speaking louder than I ever could. Felt this way forever, it's just a part of me. You said to open up to you, and I know that I should. I wish that I could. I've been feeling lonely, lately I'm misunderstood. I've been sinking slowly, just like you knew I would. Wonder if you hear me when I call out to you. Your silence was a downfall. Was it all you could do? Saying nothing's easy, I'd rather you would just be cruel. Reach out to me while you still have the chance. Every word I say, another mistake. The first words that come to my mouth, the last I should say. I can bear the empty space in the passenger seat without you sitting next to me. What am I without you sitting next to me? If I say the wrong thing, I'll end up on my own. We're lying next to each other, but we're home alone. Talk about everything except the things we should. If it's easy to pretend, I hope that we're good.
Well, that was Tongue Tied featuring yours truly, a beautiful ballad and a beautiful duet. Not really a ballad, more a duet really, but it's beautiful either way. Now we're going to have Blackbriar. So Blackbriar is a band again in the same sort of ilk as Auri. I interviewed them shortly afterwards. It was at a beautiful interview. I got to talk to Zora and Renee, and I'll read you some of the blurb here. Few bands are capable of conjuring up such vivid cinematic visions as Blackbriar. The band's lavish history of evocative dark fairy tale storytelling and compelling gothic soundscapes continues to expand as we all move further to 2025 and experience their third full-length album, 1,000 Little Deaths. Tackling themes of love, loss, and death, Blackbriar seek to take all willing thorns on a passionate and resounding journey, filled once more with mesmerizing imagery, masterful lyricism, and a dark symphonic metal power. So yes, that was, I would say, it's actually again another emotional experience for me. This one, it certainly was an interesting couple of weeks interviewing these two bands, because it sort of opened up some quite deep wounds, but in a beautiful way. You know, made me remember things that I sort of may have suppressed before. So that's what's great about music, isn't it? Really, bands like this, like Auri and like Blackbriar, releasing their albums and giving us something a little extra to help us with on our way. Again, a beautiful, beautiful album available on all streaming platforms. I will put the link to the interview for the YouTube on the YouTube channel, so you can see the actual interview if you wish to watch the actual interview. If you haven't already. Anyway, here is Zora and Renee and myself talking about the new album and all things to do with their band. Enjoy, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming on and chatting to us from Blackbriar. What a brilliant album that's about to be released into the world.
Thank you so much.
It's nice to hear, man. Thank you.
Yeah. I at August 22nd it comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's strange
month.
thinking. Oh, sorry. It's strange thinking that you guys actually heard it already, because this is our 5th or 6th interview now, and you guys are the first ones, that can hear it. And for us, it's very exciting that actually other people than the band have heard the album.
Yeah. It's a 1,000 Little Deaths is the name of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's your first on Nuclear Blast, is that right?
The second.
Second. Sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
They'll kill me.
Fuck them. No.
But you were you were quite famous for your crowdfunding exploits, and you moved on to Nuclear Blast. Do you find that that's better for you, or?
Yeah. Sorry. You go ahead.
Yeah, we've done crowdfunding since the very first EP, and it's always been amazing. The support is like overwhelming sometimes. But so it was very important to us when we signed with the label that we still had some sort of connection with the fans with the new album, and because we've always done like they getting the name in the booklet if they support it, but we are still doing that, and we that was very important to us, so people can still get the name in the booklet and pre-order like limited editions with us. So
Wonderful. But did you find that it gives you a bigger being with them now for your second record? Do you find that you've had a bigger audience because of the label size?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd like to hope. So, I mean, it's Nuclear Blast, right? It's one of the biggest out there, and we always said that we were going to be and remain a do-it-yourself band. And then we started talking to Nuclear Blast, and they were actually very welcoming to having us with all the things that are important to us. And they were very open to anything we basically threw at them, in terms of, we wanna keep the fans in the same keep, how do you say it, talking to the fans in the same way we have always done, like Sora said, with the names in the booklet, and we wanted to remain doing the pre-order stuff and the crowdfunding, if you will.
And have our own YouTube channel, because we've built up our channels for so long, and like to have respond to messages over there with our fans as well. So that was also very important to us. So
71 million views. I read 71 million views. That's amazing.
That is
It
crazy.
just blows
Yeah.
my mind when I think
Yeah,
of
me
things
too.
like that.
We still can't believe it.
Well,
It's crazy.
I can, because I mean, your music's wonderful. It's beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
It's sort of I listening to, as soon as I heard this album, I thought I'll go listen to the back catalogue and have a listen back. And this one, it seems to be the most is it the biggest sound? It feels a really big sound in this particular album. Like you've put a lot more. It feels there's more in it.
I
than the
think
previous
so. I
album.
think it's a bit heavier.
Yes, I think that's probably the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. I mean, we obviously you grow as a band, and also as songwriters, we like to think that we're growing. But you know, there's things that you learn from a previous album cycle, and the things that you feel like you might be missing, or oh, we might need this in terms of a song that would work live and stuff like that. We usually don't necessarily keep that in mind when we write the songs. But for this album, there was one thing that stood out for me was I needed to go slightly back to a bigger foundation for the band. So the guitars and the drums and the bass, that stuff needed to be a little bit more centralized in the new songs. So in that regards, it's a bigger sound at the band level, and then everything that we added on later is more of the aesthetics for this album instead of being a very, I mean, for example, the Cause of Shipwreck, if you would mute the band, you would still hear the song completely, because there's so much in the orchestrations going on and Sora's vocals and all the backing vocals. You would still literally hear the song, almost, for me at least. And I wanted to make sure that if the band was muted for the new album, you would not recognize the song anymore.
Yeah.
So the foundation needed to be different, because we wrote a little bit different back then. But so yeah, that's where that sound, I think, comes from.
Yeah, and Zora, your voice is just getting better and better. I mean, this album was just a real beautiful thing to listen to.
Oh, thank you.
The themes that you cover. I mean, very few people in this world can make the themes dark themes, and they're not. Let's be honest, they're dark themes. Beautiful. It's not easy to do. You know, it's very easy to paint things red and make them ugly. It's very difficult to take a dark concept and make it beautiful.
I like to think that's basically what Blackbriar stands for. Yeah.
And it comes across that particularly. I have to say, there's a couple of tracks that really stood out to me. I really love the choreography, because I have friends who study that.
Nice.
And so when that came up, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, of course.
It was so nice that it's such a niche thing. But then suddenly I was like, oh, I don't have to Google that word. I know what that is.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's cool.
And they talk about it all the time. So it's quite a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And
did you let them hear the song?
Not yet. No.
Okay, you should. You should. I hope they like it.
I think they will. I think it will blow their minds, actually, because it's one of those, again, you know, the stories of flowers and flora. It's not something that people talk about. It's a very folky, earthy conversation, right?
Yeah.
And in public conversation, but they talk about it all the time.
Well, to be honest, we
so
received an email that said Tony has a couple of friends and they need a theme song. So we said, okay, we'll write it. We'll write it for them.
Ah, man, it should be their fan club theme song. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But also the I can't speak today. The catastrophe that is us. Is really catchy.
Thank you.
Catchy in a sad way, but really catchy. I you know, it came off of that one I was expecting, and then I was like, wow, this really has almost sing along,
Right.
feel to it.
It was actually the last song we wrote, and very last minute actually. I guess it was like 1 week before we actually had to go to the studio and record the album. But I really wanted to have this on the album, so I said to Renee, please try and see if you can make a song out of this. I have something. And we happened to make it work, yeah.
Yeah, it was literally on Thursday, Sora sent the vocals. And on that night, I was writing the music. On Friday, I was writing the music. On Saturday, I sent it to our producer, Joost. and on Monday I was recording the drums for this song. And when we recorded the drums, I had not heard what we were going to play necessarily in its final form yet. So it was a very strange way of going about recording a song. But like Sora said, we all felt like, this song needs to be on the album, but we had no idea what it would turn out to be.
Yeah, and recording it was a bit... we felt a little bit nervous because of this, but when I got back the mixes of the final result, then I was very, very happy that we managed to record it.
Exactly.
Don't you love that kind of thing, the sort of fluidity of art and creativity that, you know, if you try to sit down and do that in a meeting room somewhere, you'd end up with, it would never work. It would never be. No. It has to be something just flows out of you, and you say, Zora goes, I want this, do this, this is how I want it. And then they do it, and, you know, it turned out marvelous. I think it's one of the highlights on the album.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, that this might be my favorite song, and not because of how it came to life, but it just hit me when Sora sent me the vocals. I was like, oh, this is very cool. And yeah, it just, everything just... it came to life very easy, very quickly, I should say.
Yeah,
not easy.
No. All art is painful. No art is easy.
Exactly.
Right?
It was many hours writing it, but until deep in the night. And I'm just happy it turned out to be this song. It's so nice.
Yeah, and you open the album with a crack. I mean, Bluebeard's Chamber is a great opening track as well. It came out of the blocks pretty fast. There's no building. It's such a good opening track for the album. I mean, itself as an album is so beautiful, and we are lucky to have this kind of beauty in the world. Like, it's very difficult. I hate putting people in boxes. It's one of my pet hates. I really hate it. I hate record company boxes. Yeah, you're this.
Me too.
You're this. You're this. You're this. It's just great music. If you asked me to say to my friend, how do I describe Blackbriar, I would find it difficult.
Yeah, we have the same problem.
Yeah, the genres and stuff we still don't really know, but it doesn't really matter. So
no, it doesn't no. Because it's dark, it's pop, it's symphony, it could be anything.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not one label you could necessarily put on, because we also like to make these very tiny excursions to a folky thingy here, and maybe a bit more melodic metal there. And it's very hard when you have to put one label on it. We saw that our label Nuclear Blast, they actually what was it, Sora? Wasn't it like atmospheric
metal? Yeah. I like that one as well.
so that's what they put on it, and it was like, we might be the only band in their catalog that has that label on it. But it did feel like, that might be a good sum up of what we do. But it also maybe makes things a little bit more difficult for us if we're the only band that has that label.
You might be saying something new. I mean, the thing is,
who knows?
The thing is, atmospheric is perfect. It does sum it up, because it is. It's delicious. When you listen to your album, I listened to it about 4 or 5 times now, and when you listen to it, it's something different every time. You put it on. Yeah, you wait for the tracks you like to come up. Like, they're coming, but they're you put them on. I like to sit in a dark room with no obstreperous and just listen to music, because then I get to hear all the notes.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And I put yours on, and it was like it took me on a nice journey.
That is so nice.
That's what we are going for. Yeah.
Yeah. We wish everybody would listen to the album that way. Because there's so many tiny details, even though they sound like very fast songs with maybe a bit of a pop structure, and it's not difficult music, but if you would listen closely, there's very small details everywhere. Either Sora had put some small details in her vocals or in the backing vocals, or we did the same thing in the music. So it's actually filled up pretty nicely, I'd say.
I love doing backing vocals a lot, but I usually don't hear them very good in the final mix. But if you listen closely, then there are lots of voices.
Oh, no. The separation on this mix is really good. The separation
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
mix is,
I love it.
and this is only listening to it through a digital format. Once I get the hard
Mhm.
copy on my record deck, it'll be slightly different because you get a more warmer tone come through, and the separations are different. But I think that I love the way your vocals mix with the backing vocals. It's ethereal.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It's
what
really
we're going for.
ethereal and chilling sometimes, Aura. But
Thank
in a
you.
beautiful way, not like, oh, I'm gonna run away, but just like it just gives you just goosebumps.
Yeah,
I
thank you
was
Yeah.
so
thinking
much.
of like the fossilized widow, like that one. That one, I still can't get my head round. I'm trying to get my head round that one. That's lyrically interesting, because you write some really fascinating lyrics.
Thank you. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually recorded some hysterical laughter in it as well.
I think that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did it at home, like all by myself because it was too embarrassing to do it in the studio. And I actually had the Ring doorbell because I live in quite a busy street.
Yeah.
So I was watching the Ring doorbell if no one was walking past
Oh
my
my
house, and then
God. Call the police. Oh dear. Oh, fantastic. And I think that your audience is going to love this. And
I hope so. Yeah.
I can't see why they would not. I think it's one of the best things you've ever done. Coming up for like moving forward. I listen to the older album, the first and the EP, and things like that, and it's great. But this is something. It feels big, as I said before. It feels the soundscape is full,
Mm-hmm.
which is but not noisy full. It's
No,
full
exactly.
of different textures and nuances and tastes
Yeah.
and flavors, and I think that it's the kind of people that will sit down and enjoy this will love it, and I think new people should come along, hopefully.
Yeah, we hope so too. I think we're gonna need you to make some videos for us because you're describing it perfectly, and I wish everybody would understand that this is exactly what we were going for actually for this album. Some people might feel like it's an extension to everything we did before, which it is, but it's also us going back in time a little bit, going back to the Fractured Fairy Tales EP era actually. But it's also us looking for different nuances and small tiny details that we could add on to our music and do something new, but we also really want to stay with what we know and what we do. So some people might say it sounds very similar to the last thing, and it does, but it also doesn't.
No, I don't agree. I think it has vast differences. I mean,
Exactly.
the DNA is there. It's your art.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Every painter has his own stroke. So this is the same thing for you, right? It's your DNA. It's your sound.
Exactly.
It's who you are.
Exactly.
But I feel that this has more nuances. Like I keep going back to the I can't say it. Photography. My throat. And the catastrophe.
The song about the flowers.
Yeah, song about the flowers. And the catastrophe of us. I mean, I go back to those. I mean, and for me, they're vastly different. I feel they feel like you've changed somewhere in that one, in those two songs.
Oh yeah.
I feel
Those
that.
two. Yeah, if you listen to those two, then it's pretty different. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is, right? So when someone says you sound the same, I think they're probably just
idiots.
Pedantic, I think is the term.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you end on a great track in Harpy. It's it's the whole package is lovely. I love the artwork on the cover.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, and who
we've
did
been
that
working. We've been working with our art designer since the very start of the band, since our band logo actually. He's called Alip, he's a guy from Indonesia, and we really like this style, and we think it's really Blackbriar. So
yeah, it's beautiful. It says everything that it is on the package. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you pick a record up, in the past when we were younger, you pick a record up and you wouldn't have no idea. You to take it home because the cover looked cool, right? And then you put the record on, and it was usually something crap. So whereas this actually, the art and the package and the music balance is equal.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yes, because it has that sense of whimsy and drama and sort of like Heathcliff and Cathy and all that,
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Like
all that
that.
stuff going on, that romanticism in it, and then you put it on and it comes across in the music.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's what we were going for, and for the artwork, it was also very important to us that if our CD or vinyl would be in a record store, it should stand out somehow. And we have
Yes.
the very high contrast, black, white, and red.
Love it.
But if you see all of them, it's like a little story by itself, all the artwork. So if you have our CDs in your CD case or whatever, it would all tell a story, but you would instantly see it's a Blackbriar CD or whatever. And that's why we just keep doing it. It looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful.
We cannot go back anymore. This is it.
No. Well, that's right. Absolutely. I mean, no one's telling Iron Maiden they wouldn't use Eddie or their images, would they? It's just the way you have your own. You have your own
exactly
story to tell, and I think that adds to the lamentations of the album.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that sort of darkness in the covers and in the lyrics? I'm not that saying it's depressive, because it isn't. It's very uplifting. I felt weirdly, I felt very uplifted by this album.
Oh wow!
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very nice.
I don't want to bore you with but I lost my father a year ago, and sometimes I look at albums and go, I don't know, do I want to go there right now? And then I put it on, and I feel uplifted by it.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah,
I think that's a massive compliment.
Yeah, absolutely.
For us, yeah. To be honest, that's what we are going for. I've said this 10 times already in this interview. But
sorry.
No, but it's good because when our music, it's supposed to be quite emotional, actually, even though it's dark stories or it has a very dark tone. But we want to make sure that if people listen to it, that they can basically, whatever feeling you're having at that day or in that time of your life, we want to make sure that our music could either emphasize that or that you could literally bond your feelings to our music. And we've heard that throughout the years many times, where people actually said, even if it's an extremely dark song, that they said, I went through a phase similar to yours, actually, for example, and that the music really helped them have something to hold on to or whatever. And there's even, I don't know if I want to say this, but there's one person who, because we read every comment and we reply to every comment personally, there was one person who lost somebody a couple of years ago, and we keep seeing that person in the comments replying, I hope you still, I hope you see my reply here. Not us, but the person they lost. And, that was their song, or that song meant something. I mean, that breaks my heart, to be honest. We're here reading that stuff, and we're like, oh my God, this is what we do it for. Let's be real. But
yes, of course.
It also breaks my heart that somebody has to go through that, or, I don't know. But we want to make sure that our music.
But what it does, Zora and Randy, what it does is that, so like myself, and I'm going to tell you my story. So I find it very difficult to express that I'm sad, but I've done my grieving, but it won't come out up to the anniversary. I put on music like yours, and something just makes me want to cry. Now that's not a bad thing. That's a really wonderful thing, because it's letting my emotion go.
It's helpful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's very helpful, right? And so I put it on, and I feel cleansed afterwards.
Yeah. Well, that's
and then that's probably what that's probably what the guys on that guy in that comment was saying. That the time comes around and you live your life and you don't think about these things, and suddenly you're forced to remember through a date on a calendar.
Yeah.
And you want to express it. Somehow it won't come, and then you put on albums like yours, and you sit there in the dark, and suddenly you just have to reach for your tissues.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, that's all we ever hoped for, that our music would do. We're in this for sharing the emotions and making sure people feel things when they listen to our music. We're not in here to make
can escape from other
from reality.
Exactly.
That's the only thing why we do it, and that is what means everything to us. We're not doing this to make parties every weekend and play live and just do the party thing. We want to, if it's a song and Sora's singing very softly, we want people to listen. And that's also what happens, when we do a live show. It's dead silent usually. And it's just people in the room, they are honestly interested in all the stories and the emotions. And we feel that live, which is an absolute honor. That's crazy. Yeah.
It must be amazing to see you live. It's drawn into that wonderful atmospheric feel that your band makes. Again, there's not many of you like that around in the world. Not really. There's a lot of bands that pretend to do that, right? And then you sort of, there will be stadium acts, and you don't get that. You don't get that kind of pull.
No, exactly.
We can't wait to play these new songs live.
They're going to be brilliant. That's going to go off the album live. I think it's just.
I hope so. Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
So when you go live, before we go, a question: do you mix? Do you have like favorites you always do, or is every time you play, is it a different? Because you've got so many different types of themes in your music.
For this upcoming tour for the album, we try to play as much as new songs as possible, but also add some older songs, of course. But it's always difficult to pick the set list. I guess we usually also check like which songs are the most popular, and we do tend to play those still because we know the fans will love it to hear those. Yeah.
I'd love to hear this album all the way from beginning to end. That would be an experience live. One day,
I'm not sure if we will do that in terms, because I know there's like one or two songs out there that will not work as well as we wanted to have it work live. But like Sora said, we'll play as much as we can from this new album, especially during our European tour later this year. But yeah, you have to add some of the old flavors as well. I mean, people, there's a reason why they are streaming those songs, even
of course.
now, songs that are 10 years old. So we, like Sora said, we usually look a little bit at what's popular right now in our on our artist profile, and we put those in with some songs that we like to play live, and then that probably will be the set list.
Good. Are you coming to Australia anytime soon?
We would love to.
We actually had plans last year that didn't go through in the end, which was very sad. But we are working on it. So we hope soon.
They love you down here. Like they would absolutely love you here. Like particularly that your sound is it suits here wonderfully well. So
it's top 2 to-do list. So we'll make it work, but we don't know yet when we can make it work.
That's right. You just keep focused on making beautiful music, and then whatever comes, right?
Yes. But we'll be there. I can promise you, we'll be there within 2 years. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully within a year.
I will be there. Well, thank you for coming on, chatting. This is a beautiful album. I hope that it people get as much emotion out of it as I did, and I hope that.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I really do. And again, thank you. Again, my flower friends will all love this song.
I hope so. Make sure they hear it, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us about the new album.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for coming on, and keep safe and enjoy touring.
And get better soon.
Oh yeah,
get better. Man.
I've just got lots and lots of pills, right?
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Hopefully it works, and you'll be better soon.
Lots of lemon, and I hope so as well. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Are you a fantasy reader looking to cure your book hangover? Then welcome, welcome, welcome to the Fantasy Fangirls podcast.
I'm Lexi, older sister and fantasy lore nerd.
And I'm Nicole, younger sister and romantic at heart.
And we love exploring these stories, worlds, and characters well beyond the last page.
Fantasy Fangirls is not your typical book deep dive podcast. When we say deep dive, we mean deep dive, where every episode covers a stretch of chapters and is structured with 5 segments to easily follow along.
We are currently deep diving Quicksilver by Callie Hart in the lead up to its highly anticipated sequel, Brimstone. We're so excited.
We hope you join us as we travel through the Quicksilver to dive deep into literary and character analysis, theories, lore, themes, and so much more.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.